welcome, guys, to another episode of Acoustics Unfiltered. We have the wonderful...
Magnificent. Are you talking about me or talking about the guest?
I'm talking about you this time.
Me first.
I'm trying something different.
You know why I was confused? Because she never said that about me. She never introduced me with any adjectives that are wonderful. She always just says, we have... And I say, Mike. And then she talks about herself. And then she goes on to the guest. Let's do that again. So, the wonderful what? Wonderful Mike.
Wonderful
That's
Mike.
me. Yeah, sorry.
I am your host, Sammy. And we have the super talented Rukeia.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time coming.
Yes.
This podcast is special to my heart.
It really is, actually. No, because I've known Rukeia for a long time. And she's an
That's like
absolutely
10 years
amazing
plus.
artist. Yes,
long
crazy long.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike met her, and then at first I don't think you realised she sung, or you hadn't heard her sing.
No, I thought you just played around on the guitar when we met at Mike Kelly's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know you could actually sing as well.
And then when he heard you sing, he was like, "No, we got to get her. I was like, "What? We are getting her." No, we got to get her.
No, yeah. We talked about it. We felt that energy.
And then you had a bit of ill health.
Hunting me.
So then Mike was like, "I don't care. We're gonna get her. I was like, "We'll get her. No, we're gonna get her."
And then we did eventually.
And we did.
So we're here now.
Yeah.
So I guess let's start at the beginning. So normally we talk about the music first and then the person after, but this time, because it's you, we're going to talk about you first and the music after. Yes. So let's start. So your heritage is quite unique. It's what, German, Moroccan. Tell us a bit about where, like, your heritage.
Okay, just basic. Okay,
yeah.
So my mother's German. My father's Moroccan.
Mm-hmm.
I was born and raised in Germany, in Hamburg.
Okay.
Within that, there's multiple layers. So,
and we've got questions.
Yeah, you feel free to. I love talking about this, so feel free to ask me any questions.
Because I mean, obviously, growing up in Germany.
Yeah.
But you have a Moroccan father.
Yeah.
What religion played a part in? How did religion play a part in?
Oh, massively. I mean, yeah. So obviously raised Muslim. I was also, for you will know this, for a very long time covered. So I took my scarf off about 3 years ago.
Okay. That's not too long ago, actually.
No, it's not. It was 17 years of wearing it. So I wore the flag for a long time.
Yeah.
Representing for a long time. Yeah, I mean, it was a bit interesting because like it was obviously because with the Moroccan culture, the religion is so intertwined into it. So it's very hard to separate culture and religion. So it kind of goes hand in hand.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say we were necessarily very strict religiously. Like we're just as a normal practicing family. It's like we wouldn't consider ourselves strict.
Okay, yes.
Whereas to others, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But then also very heavily Moroccan, but also not. It's very weird to explain.
That's the layers you're talking about, right?
Yeah, like because, my father, he wasn't really like, I'd say he's hardcore traditional, like he's just old school.
Okay.
So he's just very, very old school. And that came out in different ways. So, sometimes in the culture, sometimes in the religion, and sometimes not at all. Like, because obviously he has a German wife. And, I have a whole German family that was not Muslim, of course. So Christmas, Easter, everything was at my grandfather's house.
Celebrate both?
Yeah. We can't leave my grandfather alone. No, bless him. He had to, And we, he tried what he could. He made sure there was no pork in the house. Stuff like that, Yeah,
because
never mind halal, but like he made sure there was only turkey in the house.
He's doing his best. What can you do? It's
No, it was beautiful. I loved it. Like I have the most beautiful memories of my grandfather because he was from a very small village in the north of very close to the Danish border.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a very different world and. No, he was beautiful. I love him a lot.
So what was it like growing up in that dynamic with so many layers? So inside the house, you're kind of insulated because that's kind of how you are. But when how was life for you outside of the house when you're interacting with other people who aren't involved in that type of culture? Did you ever feel
like the other or?
I feel like I should have put my scarf on today, just so it gets a bit better representation. No, I mean, I'm here. Let's just say it all. I'm here. I came here and I never went back. No, I'm probably not the best person to speak to about Germany because I have a lot of resentment towards Germany.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, I left. I did not feel like I belonged there or should live there or will live there. I will not raise my son there.
Wow.
Absolutely not, no. So I don't know. People say things get better. I'm not entirely sure if they do because politically it's also a bit challenging, everything that's going on. But growing up, if you're from a perceived minority, because obviously I'm half German. My mother is German. We are biologically German.
Yeah.
But I don't look it.
Yeah.
So, and then on top with the Muslim heritage and the scarf.
Yeah.
So...
Okay.
It wasn't great.
So then let me ask, how did you find that transition from the German culture and how you were or weren't received to come into the UK and like finding your community, I guess?
It's supposed to be more cosmopolitan in the UK.
It's supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
No, it is though.
Okay.
I genuinely think in Europe, like mentality-wise, London is probably the best place to be.
Okay.
I don't know about the rest of the UK, but in London. So I'm very conscious of London. I consciously chose London.
Okay.
Because the diversity and the openness and the acceptance of it is very, very unique.
Okay.
I generally do think people... I don't know how people move from here to Germany, for example. I don't know how they actually manage long term.
Okay.
So maybe in a place like Berlin, which is a bit, but again, it's been a long time. I've been here 13 years, so I don't know how much has changed in what direction. I'm not involved, and I'm also not interested.
Yeah.
But coming here, it was it was a lot. It was very challenging because in Germany, I was such a you're the representation and you have to live up to everybody's expectation of you. Yeah. So the Muslim and the non-Muslim community.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you are the first point of contact because you have the scarf on. So you also like this, and is your family like that, and does it not, and what do you think about this? And then you have them like, sis, that's not a right hijab, and this is not this, and you're like, and then people
between two worlds.
Then I also grew up because my mother is a German convert, so there's a whole community of generations of German converts.
Okay.
Oh wow!
Which is a whole other story.
Bloody hell!
Because they're converts, but they have not adapted an Arab lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, or like necessarily like they're Muslim, and because Germans are generally quite reserved when it comes to their ideology. So they're like, we don't have to declare it.
Okay.
So you find a lot of people having like two names.
Yeah.
You would never know. Like his name could be Sebastian Mustafa.
Yeah.
You will never know.
Okay.
Or like Florian Mustafa or Muhammad, you know?
Okay.
So, and I've also been around that. And this is a very open-minded and a very liberal space. So you can then imagine, you're the hardcore Muslim. You fast until then. You know, like, you don't let your hair breathe. And you're like, huh? I don't even know what's going on, you know? And like, and we didn't even really learn any of this from home because the biggest minority in Germany are Turks. Yeah. And so I grew up with Turks. So I also grew up with a very Islamic idea from a Turkish community.
Yes.
So, you know, it's very like, there's Turks and Afghans and some Arabs, like a few Moroccans here and there, but then we go to Morocco and it's a whole different story. Like, we're the Germans there. Yeah. So, you know, like, the Germans, you know, you wear hijab. And do you choose between Islam and Christianity? Like, no, like, people have such weird perceptions.
It's like you're going from one extreme to another, depending on where you were.
But you have to almost fulfill everybody's expectation of you. Because people don't understand, because they think, no, but that's how it is.
Yeah.
Oh, no, but that's how it should be. And you're like,
wow.
So my whole thing was, it was a lot. It was a lot. Like I have been physically abused in Germany, like assaulted because of my scarf, and in schools, at work, like it's ridiculous. Wow. Like it was. I left for a reason. I said no. I'm not. No, I know I'm here. Like I'm from here, but I'm not gonna live somewhere where I have to defend my existence every single day.
Absolutely.
The world is big. I can be somewhere where I'm wanted, where I'm welcomed. And I knew of London how it was because I'd been here before. So when I then came to study, my whole thing was like, okay, so there people don't care if I wear hijab or not. You have the same opportunities. But then it really was like that. And that was a whole other issue, because then I was like, my whole identity was around my scarf. And fighting for my right to exist as a Muslim woman. But then I don't have to do that here. So it was almost like I had been out of a war zone.
Wow.
So like that was the whole layer. I had never expected that this is something that could happen, because you don't think that this is something you think you know yourself, but all of a sudden I'm like, who am I outside of all of this constant, activism almost, just by existing, I'm being an activist.
It's like you were like in a fight or flight state.
Constantly.
You're always on alert, and then you go somewhere where you don't have to be on alert.
No,
and
it's like people really don't care.
Yeah.
They really don't care. I can work in a bank. I can do. People really don't care.
Wow.
And then obviously my background is studying religion and like theology. So I have I studied the subject as well, and I came to a conclusion, which some people may not agree with, or whatever, that it is not necessary. And at some point, it's like, okay, it's been 17 years of my life. I don't feel like I'm that person anymore. Also, motherhood happened in between. And you will know that it's like, when you're a mother, like, you have no more space to pretend to be somebody you're not. It's impossible.
Absolutely.
It's impossible. Like, whoever you are, it will amplify. So I just felt like I just felt so like not myself. I have no problem with it. I have no issue with it. It's just at this point, and it was a big step. It took me a long time to even.
It's a brave step.
Be
really.
public, or like even this. I was like, should I put my scarf on?
I was wondering. I was thinking, whoa, is she gonna rock the scarf?
I decided this morning. I said, no, I don't know how it's going to be perceived. I don't know. I'm a bit nervous. I'm a bit scared.
That's
but
understandable.
In the end of the day, that's my daily life, though. Now I'm not. I don't want to.
But you have to be your authentic self.
That's what, and this is something I'm learning. I mean, I'm almost 35, but I'm learning. It's such a long process. Like,
of course.
It's something where I'm starting to feel a bit like, okay, it's becoming a lot harder for me to just satisfy other expectations.
Because otherwise, you're just allowing people to dictate who they want you to be.
Exactly.
But they're not living your life. That makes sense.
Yeah, but then again, my culture is very much like that, though. And it's very not even necessarily in a bad way, but like this is something where I sometimes struggle to find people who really understand. Because our culture is very different to like the Western culture, where you're like, okay, people may not agree, but you do what, like, no, everything you do affects everything and everyone.
Yes.
So you have to be delicate with it. Like, it has to be almost like a process. I can't just rip off the Band-Aid and be like, hey, here I am, and accept me. Like, that would be very irresponsible of me, because
there's like a knock-on effect.
Because it's just not the way my culture operates. And like the way I was raised as well. Like, it would be almost disrespectful. Like, you have to approach like, you have to explain change. You have to approach it,
like baby steps.
Almost. And in a way, I think it's, even though it takes longer and some people may find it not understandable, but in the end, it gives you really the space to formulate and to plan and to just gentle. Like, I can't, Morocco, I always tell people as well, I don't like when people are too direct with me. Like, talk around the bush, like, sweeten me up. Like,
we're not going to get on there. I'm direct as hell.
No, but but I can do, but I have to tell friends or even like my ex-husband, I said, listen, with me, if you want to give me criticism, give me a positive first.
Okay.
Give me a sandwich.
But
because I need, because it's we love to butter people up. Like, because if I'm going to tell you something that you could perceive as criticism, I'm going to make sure you don't see it as criticism. I want you to feel good. I just want to tell you something that maybe is better for you. But I don't want you ever to feel bad. So this is like, and it kind of translates into everything. It's like, you just want to make people feel good.
You want the intention to be felt. But
that's not our culture. No, you just get it straight.
And
you get it straight, direct, and harsh.
What's your background?
Nigerian.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
No question.
No, but it's a difference though. It's a difference because direct or not, like you can be direct and you can be polite.
Yeah.
You can be direct and you don't have to be a
No.
you know,
They
like,
don't see it like
and in
that,
the end of the day, African culture is African culture, and it's heavily based on respect.
Yeah.
I know how to be respectful, so I'm not going to get any nonsense.
Yeah.
And if you come to me with respect, we have no problem. You know, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
If not, then that's a different story. But then, you know,
it depends what you perceive as, because elders, how they perceive respect is different when they're talking to youngers than when they're talking to their peers.
Yeah, but then I think I never see any issues between North Africans and West Africans in that regard, because the way we respect our elders. Like, I'm teaching my son right now, like, you kiss my forehead when you see me. First thing in the morning, in the evening, when I pick you up and when I take you to school. Because that's how I was raised. Yeah. And it's not like I feel like I'm some queen or whatever. Like, no. We did not leave the room. Yeah. Or like it's even at our big age now, it's impossible to enter the room, leave the room, say good morning or good night without kissing my parents' head. It's impossible.
Oh, that's cute, man.
Yeah, and it's very heavily part of our. So there's never been an issue. With the respect.
I'm still going around calling random people that I don't know auntie, uncle, mom,
yes. My son, everybody, exactly, and they're like, oh, it's so confusing to him. I'm like, no. What's the alternative? Yeah. You're not going to call my friends by their name. Yeah. That's not going to happen.
Right, John? No, can't do that.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some, because his dad is American, so they have like Mr. and Mrs. So they.
Okay. That's all right, a little bit. I mean, it's better
that's better than at least there's but there has to be a title.
Yeah.
And then it's uncle and auntie. There's no other way.
Yeah. So, let's go back to Germany for a short break. Yeah. So, during that really tough time that you were going through, was music your escapism? How did you deal with it? So
100%.
How you got into music, or were you always into music anyway?
No, I discovered at some point I could sing. Okay. I think I must have been 8 or something.
Wow, that's early, man.
Yeah, I discovered like a Maya CD. I was like, it's after midnight and she's on the phone. You know that? You remember that tune? I was like, oh, nice. Yeah. I didn't know what I was saying. I'm like making up English words like, you know, and back then they had the CD.
Yes.
And then there was the lyrics. I was like, wow, okay, English. And I think this is maybe why English was my best subject. So English was my favorite thing in school.
Wow.
Okay.
Always. And I mean, apart from like the music and the art. But no, I could sing at some point. I realized, and then as you do, you don't stop. But I was very again. So this is where I guess some disadvantage comes in. I don't know how honest am I going to be. Like
as honest as you want to be.
Yeah, with the community. So you're a Muslim girl. So there's some, and you're covered. So. Yeah. There are some very particular, like some communities that I was involved with were extremely, like more on the stricter side. And this whole thing of female voice is a temptation. So you don't sing.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Yeah, so that was a real struggle because it's not something I can control or stop.
Yeah.
I tried for a very long time to neglect my voice. But ultimately, you know, I just couldn't get with the whole idea of it because, again, then I'm also coming from a more completely mixed background, even in a religious sense. Like, it was the whole spectrum. So, you know, and luckily I had a spiritual, or like a religious teacher who kind of kept me grounded. Like she's family. She's basically family. She's known my parents and before we were all born. And so it's like she's family. But she's also a scholar. So it was very good. Like if I had met her, I probably would have moved in a completely different direction in my life entirely.
Okay.
Yeah. So with that, I wasn't as musical as I would have liked to be. Tried to join a choir, but you know, that didn't really work. And then in school, it was also like I was that weird girl with the scarf because I was one of 2 in the whole school.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I saw fun there.
Yeah, and it was really weird. And then my best friend was one of the most popular girls in school. So it was like, what's this combination? But she's also a singer. And she, you know, we still to this day, she's my sister. And we're like, We're both African. We connected over Africanness, over singing, both from artist families. Like
story.
Yeah. But there was a lot of weird vibes in the school. Like,
is that now like outside thinking?
Like
it's a weird mix. Why are you two together?
Yeah, and she's always covered, and she's like the exact opposite. Like, you know, dressing all sexy, and we're like walking hand in hand. We're like, what? We're sisters, you know? What? Yeah, it was amazing. But also, like, I really struggled to find my place. Like, I was a weird, like I was an outsider. I don't know. I didn't even care to fit in. I thought I was dope.
Yeah.
All of you are weird.
You should do,
Yeah, you know, that changed at some point. But back then I thought I was the shit. I'm like, you guys even know me. Like, I'm cool. But like, but yeah. So I didn't do too much musically, but at home, I was writing. I had like a broken keyboard somewhere. I was trying to do little bits here. And then one girl I met, she, I don't even know how, but she said she could give me guitar lessons. I said I had no guitar.
Yeah. Oh, right.
And then one of my classmates was like, I have one in the basement.
Oh, fate, innit? Almost.
Yeah. And I said, okay. It was never my plan. I always wanted to play piano. You know, I'm Miss Alicia Keys. Like, I was the biggest fan. But I'm like, okay, I'll take the guitar. So I don't really consider myself a guitarist to this day. Like, it's just it's never been the main thing. Like, it's just so I have some music for my
There's
singing.
something with you artist people. You have a talent that you taught yourself and you're good at it, but you never ever seen.
I see, but I don't feel like I'm good at it. No, because I've seen guitarists. I have friends that are guitarists, and it's a difference. Like, I just do this so I have music for my singing.
Exactly.
So I'm not a cappella.
Yeah, but there's playing guitar.
Yeah.
And
And then
then
there's being a guitarist.
No, but that's like a footballer who can play and they're playing for a decent team, but obviously they're not Messi. But you can't say, well, I can't play football.
Okay, so then let me put it this way then, yeah? Basically, it's the focus. So, like, not trying to speak for Rukeia, but being a singer first and picking up the guitar to accompany your singing is different to you feeling that same passion for that instrument. Agreed. And that being your bread and butter. You eat, sleep, drink guitar. I don't eat, sleep, drink guitar.
No.
Yeah.
It's a means to an end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so that I don't have to depend on somebody else to provide me with what I need, and I can just get up and go and do what I need to do.
Basically.
But that doesn't negate the fact that you can actually play guitar.
Yes,
no. I don't say I can't play guitar.
Exactly.
But I don't see myself as a guitarist. I'm not going to go and play for somebody else.
Oh, okay.
I was
Thank you.
asked to do that once. I was so confused, and I learned the song. I said, okay.
I was so confused.
I was like, man, you're a guitarist. But then I said, he's a rapper. Okay. Maybe he doesn't know. Maybe I'm the only person he knows that plays guitar. But no. I'm a singer first.
Yeah.
And like, in the imagination, we're on the big stage as singers. Yeah. We're not.
Yeah.
We're not in the background.
Dreaming about sitting there with the guitar and doing it.
We're not the manager. We're not the PR person. Like, there's a hold somewhere there. We're just the people on the stage.
Okay. So it's like a secondary skill.
Yeah.
It's a necessary skill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It just accompanies the thing that we're passionate for.
Okay. All right.
I just wanted to go back to something though, because I don't want to portray a certain picture.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we talked about the community that was saying the voice is there's also completely different communities that don't see it this way.
Of course.
I just wanted to
meet you?
but I know. Ruby's game.
Exactly. Come on.
No, but I'm just saying.
No, it's
the
fair
view
to,
for people is going to, because
it's fair to make that distinction.
I don't want to, like, I'm not here to paint a negative picture on anybody. Like, it's just where I'm from, the community has been a lot like concentrated. Mm-hmm. And then you find your pockets of people. So I was in a way, I was a bit lucky to be mixed in that sense and have found these people.
Okay.
But even within the Islamic tradition, there's so many different views and groups and people that don't see things that way.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
As
where you
Morgan,
find
really.
yourself. No, I just wanted to make that clarification because I don't want to.
No, that's appreciated. It's fair to make that clarification and the distinction, because we haven't come on here to, chat about anybody.
No. That's not my intention.
Your experience in your life. So that's basically it. So okay, so then you've got a mean girl best friend sort of scenario going on. The hijabi version.
She's gonna be laughing so much when she sees it.
So then that happens. So at some point,
Yeah, the popular girl and that weird one. And they're like, why are they friends?
that's a good
Why
combination.
are they friends?
So at that point, you mentioned that it was Mariah that first got you kind of into it, right?
Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys.
Or the CD, I thought it was Mariah.
No,
No,
Maya.
Maya. Oh, sorry, I didn't hear.
Get a superstar.
So I was giving Mariah popular reason.
What you
That's a tune, by the way.
Yeah, this.
So
was
at this point, when you were writing, you were writing in what, German?
English.
All the
English.
time, from the beginning,
From
from the
the
get go. Wow,
I don't know. I was a
that's
teenager.
weird.
I know.
So wait, when at home, what languages did you speak to your parents?
Okay, yeah, maybe that makes more sense then. No, okay, so my mom's German,
Yeah.
my dad's Moroccan.
Yeah.
They met in France.
Okay.
So they speak French with each
Okay.
other.
So
It's a mess. So we grew up with French in the house.
So wait for the English to kick in.
The school, just
Oh.
school. Yeah.
What
so-
are you thinking?
I don't know. I don't know. This is such a weird question because I never think about this, but people ask me this all the time. I have no clue.
wow.
I think it's I don't know. I think it's as mixed because I used to see that with my dad, right? Because he still struggles with German because it's just a difficult language, but he's got French, then obviously Arabic, our native language in Morocco, then bit of English, bit, but his head is so like, if we're in France, he will start speaking German.
Oh.
Or like, you know, like, and then in Spain, he's back to French. And I noticed that about myself as well. Like, I can switch between German and English very well. But as soon as the third language is in there, if somebody talks to me in Arabic, I'm okay. Like it's starting to get.
So
I could speak to you in
the
5 different languages in one sentence.
Okay.
Wow, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, one
Yeah.
of my friends, she does that a bit. I won't mention her name in case she doesn't want me to, but it's fine. But she speaks French, Spanish, and
Yeah.
English. She was born in Paris, raised there, then came here when she was about 5. She has an LDN accent, but she literally speaks those 3 languages. And sometimes when we're speaking, then she'll forget what word she wants to use because she's only recalling it in the Spanish or the French.
But see, this is the thing. I have the same issue. And like, I grew up with French in the house, more or less. Like, obviously, we spoke German. But then my dad, depending what mood he's in, is like either Arabic or French or German.
Wow.
With my mum, purely French. But then since I've been here, I've not been speaking a lot of French. And I've actually picked up Spanish in the meantime.
Wow.
So more or less. But like now I find it, I struggle to formulate sentences in French. Whereas in Spanish, I can have conversations.
Okay.
So yeah, it's because the languages are so close to each other. It's like, it's really easy to go back and forth.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
But sometimes,
So after all of that, you just ended up writing
in English. Yeah, because I don't know, all the music I was listening to in English was English.
It was kind of the R&B.
I felt like when it comes to music, my language is English.
Okay.
Like that's I always just sang in English. I trained my accent as well to like and I never listened to a lot of German. Like there was not a lot of German music around that I could identify with.
Okay.
Like there was some soul and some hip hop in a way, but again, also we grew up with a lot of French hip hop and like just random, like really random.
Yeah.
It's a
Have
very
you ever tried
random.
to write a song or sing in another language other than English?
Yeah, I've got a couple of songs in German. But then it's like, who
Was
do
it
I sing that
difficult?
to? You know?
I mean, you could sing it to us. We wouldn't understand.
It's a really beautiful song, I have to say. I think it's probably a masterpiece for
Really? And you're just keeping it to yourself.
I do like the way I wrote that song. I don't know how. I'm not going to sing it.
No, I'm not today.
No,
but
not
I
today.
think we're going to have to orchestrate a scenario in which
a
we get
masterpiece?
to hear this masterpiece
Yeah,
of a
okay.
German
I don't know.
song.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said masterpiece, but I feel like for
No,
me,
you shouldn't have said masterpiece.
lyrically, I was quite impressed with myself.
Yeah, if it feels like a masterpiece for you, it's a masterpiece.
One of these days we're going to hear
Because
it.
German is actually, as much as if it's a difficult language, it's actually quite a poetic language.
Oh, is it?
He's like, yeah, I don't know.
I'll take your word for it.
You know,
You're the first person to say that.
Yeah.
yeah, it took me leaving Germany
Oh.
There you go.
because I studied
What's it called, that track?
the track.
Yeah, this masterpiece. Is it called The Masterpiece?
No, it's called Wüste der Verzweiflung. It's called The Desert of Desperation.
Ooh.
That sounds deep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's nice.
We're gonna get to hear that song. Not today, but we're gonna get to hear that song.
What genre is it? Is it in the?
It's my
bluesy?
acoustic soul.
Ooh, that
Yeah.
sounds intriguing. That.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
On your
You got me thinking.
your genre currently is what?
I don't really know. Like I say soul.
So
Because it's a
It's soul and acoustic. Like I feel like acoustic in itself is almost like its own thing.
Yeah.
Like, but it's definitely soul. Like I wouldn't classify myself as an R&B singer.
No.
okay.
No.
Hold on.
I'm not a jazz singer.
Your agent is saying.
No, but she's actually authorized. She's allowed to. Like she has permission to direct me and tell me who I am in my musical space.
Come on. All right. Well, I think probably now's about the time that we should hear some of this soul.
Acoustic soul.
Oh my God.
What's the genre again?
It's acoustic soul.
Acoustic soul.
Maybe with a hint and sprinkle of blues and
Yeah, I like that because that's why I like a tiny little bit of blues. No jazz. No. It's bluesy. It's like.
yeah.
So, what's the name of the first track you're gonna perform for us today?
I just gave it a track because you asked me a name.
That's no name.
I think it's because I say I love you a lot. So I'm like, I love you.
Okay.
Like,
So, working title then, yeah. All right.
I don't even know if it has an ending.
That's all right.
Okay, let's hear it when you get comfortable.
Where do we go from here? This road it seems so long. This road it seems so long. How can we grow from here when time's already gone? Time's already gone. I loved you. With my heart, my soul, my body, my mind, I loved you. With all that I am, with all that I know, but why can't you see how I feel? Why can't you see how I feel? Why can't you see who I am? Love who I am, see who I am, love who I am. Why can't you feel who I am when I love you? I love you. I love you. I love you. Oh, see everything that you do, the way you walk, the way you move, the way you hold me in your eyes, the way you help me in your gaze, in the palms of your hands, and in your mental games, in your sorrow and your pain. But I won't go, baby. No, I won't go, baby. No, I won't go, baby. 'Cause I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you, you.
Ooh, whoa, wow.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Oof. Well, firstly, that film that has to be called "I Love You." I think
Yeah.
there's no way, there's nothing else you can call
that
it.
was the one thing that was like consistent theme of the song.
Yeah, you have to say that. Second of all, that is like you know when I always used to bug you on Insta about you need to be singing.
Yeah.
And I thought that was good, but in person, it's a whole different area code. It's ridiculous.
Honestly,
Oh, thank you.
I felt that in multiple ways. I felt the lyrics Because sometimes you can listen to the melody and not really listen to the lyrics. You just go with the flow of the beat. But actually, in that particular instance, I'm feeling the lyrics of what you're saying, and I'm feeling the vocals and the guitar as well. It's like a triple threat. That.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow.
I think this is why when you called me out to say we need to, and I was saying to you, like, I really appreciate that because it's been so long, and I feel like this is where we connect a lot as artists. You know, we spoke about this before, but I have not seen another female artist that is so focused on lyrics and just love the way I am, if that makes sense.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And it's like, I know I fell in love to one of her songs. Somebody.
Is it home, by the way?
Do you know?
No.
No, it was... that was a whole another era. That was... No, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like there's a real appreciation
Definitely.
for vocals and the lyrics.
Yeah.
Because, again, this is where we're saying, like, I can play guitar, but this is the way I play pretty much all my songs. I use the same chords.
It's just a backdrop.
Exactly.
Every single song, mostly. Like, I barely venture out.
Me too.
I'm not interested in more chords.
I don't know if I've heard
My
you
fingers
play
are too small. But
No, you haven't. Just it's like relax. You will at some point. It's fine.
what's that?
But no.
I haven't heard her play guitar before.
He moans about it. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh.
Don't pay no.
Oh,
pay him
sorry.
no mind.
Alright,
No,
I've heard you-
no.
I
I
appreciate
actually feel
you
with
playing
you.
it for me. Thank you. It doesn't bother. She'd have performed like
Don't
3 or
pay
4
I
times.
don't mind.
You know
But
that
no.
you know that one time that was the first time I saw her without the guitar.
Oh, is it? Must just be me then.
I have never seen her without a guitar.
That's true, actually, isn't it? Wow.
Maybe it's just my bad luck then.
Yeah, I mean, no, but do you know what it is? Because when I met Rukeia, whatever.
No,
when I
when you
met
were-
Rukeia,
10 years ago. Like,
it was when I met Rukeia. She was such a breath of fresh air because I was like, oh my, it was like, oh my gosh, like my sister, like, because love song, yeah, because especially the circles we used to go perform in, like a lot of people had a lot of important but heavy content,
Okay.
and so sometimes you could get into your own head and feel like, oh, like maybe I haven't come with something serious enough. And it's not that anyone else has made you think or feel that way, but you just, you're in your own head. So then when I heard Rukeia perform and sing, and I was like, oh my God, she's singing love songs like me. I was just playing the guitar like me. Oh.
it was like these circles were so heavily political.
Yes,
Like
yes.
social issues centered.
Yeah.
And it's cool.
Yeah.
But then on my side, it was all religiously centered.
Yeah.
And I'm just there. I've sort of everyone for the longest time in that Rumi Skate space.
Yeah.
There was the one female singer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
With like, and then Ayo joined at some point, and like other people, but in the and I do love songs. I'm like, I don't do religious music.
Yeah,
I'm not going to sit here and sing about God. I mean, I do sing about God in my songs. Like, I have love and life, but I sing about my life and my thoughts.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to bring any particular religious issues into. So I whenever I was booked for gigs, I did say to people like, is that okay?
Yeah.
Because I know your aunties will be there. There will be aunties and uncles. Like, I will sing love songs, you know? I'm like, is this child friendly?
No, but I mean, it's good that people can express their feelings in different ways.
Well received.
Yeah, I think it was appreciated as well because it was
because
like
it's reality.
Yeah,
and
you know,
this is what we all feel. Like, we can talk about social justice all day long, but at the end of the day, you're crying about somebody.
Yeah.
Or someone hurt your feelings
Exactly.
today. Or this person does not love me back. Or, you know, like, heartbreaks are so real.
Yeah.
And it's a facet of life, isn't it, as well?
Definitely.
All of that, the social aspects, the
I
love.
feel like it's almost the most important thing. Not, I mean, outside of God, I suppose, but this is all God given. But like, because from that point of pain and this real openness and vulnerability, that's where you learn life.
Yeah.
That's where you learn real emotions and how to
navigate them.
Navigate, exactly, and not hide. Like, these things are real, and in a way, we are blessed to have that outlet.
Yeah.
To write about it.
Okay, no.
You know, and also sometimes, like, it's not that deep. Sometimes, in a way, we are blessed to have that outlet.
Yeah.
To write about it.
Okay, no.
You know, and also sometimes, like, it's not that deep. Sometimes the song is just a song. Like, it's songwriting. It's a story. It's not even my story.
Yeah.
I'm just singing something.
So in terms, so your content is heavily love based. Talk us through some of the influences that you've had over this period of time.
What type of influence?
Musically.
Music. Oh, so again, I was the biggest Alicia Keys fan you will find in human history. I was 11 years old when Fallen came out. I said, what is this song? And then I felt like we had this whole like connection because she always had her hair in, like she never wore her hair out open. She always had the
cornrows.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, my hair's covered too.
Yeah.
Like, like she's not like, you know, she's cool. She keeps herself to herself. And yeah, I've really resonated with her. I can sing you the whole first 2 albums back to back. Like,
Wow.
I was a fan. So I think like the type of music, the feeling for songs, I feel like I got a lot from or like this was something I really felt. And then another person, which was a bit later, but Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
Not so much her solo stuff when she was younger, like because I was quite young.
Yeah.
It wasn't really my time. But when her unplugged album came out, I said, "Wow, this is therapy." Like
that
this
that
was
album,
and I picked up the way I play is pretty much from her style of playing.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, like with the thumb, like that's just I just never stepped away from that because it's so soft and it makes sense for the type of vocals that we do.
Yeah.
Like I don't like too strong guitar playing. I get confused. It's too much to focus on.
Okay.
But feeling wise and also, I think from the modern world, the contemporary world, it is Alicia Keys and Lauryn Hill in that sense.
Okay.
But then I grew up with so much music. I mean, speaking of languages, there's even more.
Okay, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Like,
Even more music.
Yeah.
And we did road trips from Germany to Morocco every year. So
Oh,
the
wow.
amount of music we listened to
Wow.
Yeah.
was a lot.
yeah, no. Okay, I can
And
only
it was
imagine.
cassettes back then, you know? So it was a lot. And a lot of forwarding and backwarding
Yeah.
like, to get to the song that you want. Like I picked up a lot of music.
Oh.
But then eventually I just sing and I like I write and I sing and melodies come when they come, the way they come. I never thought too much about it. It's just the way
Just
it comes
in you,
out.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so so you've got we're up to the point where you're expressing your music now, and then for a period of time you kind of, based on your bio, that you stopped a little bit. Motherhood came into it. Life happened. So then you stopped or paused music for a little while.
Yeah.
Talk us through what that experience was like in the early days. Obviously, motherhood is a blessing. Obviously,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a blessing. Of course, it's a blessing. Like that's not the. I think one person at some point over the years said something to me which made very much sense to me because I used to get really stressed because people were like, oh, you need to be singing. You don't sing anymore. What's you're singing? Says your voice and that's your purpose. I'm like, I don't know if that's my whole purpose though.
it's a gift, but not necessarily a purpose.
I genuinely have a lot of different passions. Like
Exactly.
I genuinely do. Like I'm just as passionate about other things in my life.
Yeah.
And I was always thinking to myself, yeah, but my voice is not going anywhere. It's part of me. Like,
That's true. Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere unless God takes me. But like, why are you acting like it's something external to me? It's not.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not in the scene at the moment.
Yes.
But to be honest, I was also a little bit tired of the whole open mic scene and I wanted something else anyway.
Okay.
I thought like let me try something new when I then was a mother at some point. Yeah, and also didn't really feel like I was fully part of the communities anymore.
Okay. You have other priorities and other objectives, or
there was other personal things I won't talk about.
okay.
But like, there was certain periods where I just felt like it's not aligning, and I tried a few times to actually. I auditioned for X Factor.
Oh.
Okay.
Got through to some round, but then it started on TV, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm not on it.
But they didn't even tell you. Bloody hell.
That's even cold.
No, that's out of order.
They had contacted me, I think, when I was pregnant.
Okay.
And they were like, if I wanted to do like a televised, like a recorded audition. And I was so confused why they would contact me. But I was like, I would love to, but I'm pregnant. I'm not going to go on TV pregnant.
Yeah, no.
You know, it's not the time. And then my son was born, and then I also auditioned for The Voice. They didn't take me. I'm like, cool, whatever. It's not meant to be. But I always kind of wanted to do like a contest show because I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
But it's not supposed to happen. And then I thought, let me try and just sing over beats. It's something completely different. Like, I enjoy that, but then I need to find someone who does beats.
Yeah.
I don't have the money to buy beats.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Honestly.
Look, it's a very expensive endeavor, and I have other priorities at the moment.
Exactly.
And this is what someone said to me at some point, because I used to get really stressed. I'm like, yeah, okay, you need to get back to music. And what? And someone was like, well, it's just not the priority right now. And I was like, yeah, you know what? It's not.
No,
that's true.
Yeah.
Like, again, it's not going anywhere. It's just right now.
Exactly.
I have other things. Like, I need to make a living. I got a divorce in the meantime.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm a single mother, like 80% of the time.
Yeah.
And I have a young child to raise, and I'm doing it by myself because my family's not here, and I've never done this before. And I don't know. I don't have time to.
Exactly.
Life took over, basically.
Yeah.
You know, like, there's been times I have not picked up the guitar. Like,
And to be fair, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but especially being a woman, there's such heavy emphasis on it's all your own responsibility.
Everything.
And whether you do everything you're supposed to, you try to do everything you're supposed to, there's always a thing of, well, you're supposed to do this. So nobody really runs to come and give you that extra support or advice or what. If it's advice, it's usually, I mean, it can sometimes come across quite judgy rather than advice. So
it's so tiring.
You're juggling so many things the easiest things have to get put down because you can't put down your child.
Yeah.
And then you can't, you have to put down the things that you can't feed into anymore.
Yeah.
Because you have to feed into your child.
And that's the thing, exactly that. And you're constantly in this state of giving.
Yes.
Giving and selfless, and the tank is empty, but you have to make more tank. You have to create more tank. You have to widen the hole. You have to widen the fountain, or what you call it in English.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, and I don't have someone pouring into me.
Yeah.
And like, there's never a moment where I'm like, let me go and recharge over there so I can be better here. No, I have to draw that from me. Yeah. From somewhere, and I don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah, and you're not a bottomless pit. You know,
exactly.
there's a limit somewhere.
So, and this again is also giving.
Yeah.
Music is giving.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you do your own songwriting, it's so much giving of yourself, so much sharing of yourself. And at this time, I'm like, I can't give more to anybody, anything. The only thing I can do is, when I have moments, I need to do something that recharges me.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Because otherwise, I'm not going to be a good mother.
No.
You know?
And that's the priority at the end of the day.
And with the open mic scenes back then, like, I had to sometimes take breaks, and at some point it got so difficult because, again, you're constantly pouring your heart out. You know, you wrote the song at some point, but it's your song.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't even see the audience.
Yeah.
You don't know what they're saying. You don't see their faces. You don't know if they're looking at you, if they're looking at you don't know anything.
Yeah, you just
and it's
in
like,
the moment.
And sometimes you don't get a lot back.
Yeah.
And in those moments, you just go and find a room after your performance and cry.
Oh,
you know, because it's like, it's so much emotion that goes into performing, and like the come down is real. Like, and then on the other side, you have really beautiful performances where the audience is amazing, and you know, you feel like you've really done something, and people really. But then again, the come down is something else because you go home and you're alone.
Yeah.
You know, so it's so much more than just like, if you really. If it's something that you see as part of yourself, like, then it's very hard to detach from the art in itself.
Yeah. No.
Like,
yeah. No.
You know.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a. After you said all that, I'm gonna make you make a decision on other people's work. So we have a little game called Head to Head. So I'm gonna give you three artists.
I hate making decisions.
Well, you're gonna have to now.
I do take long to make decisions.
So I'm gonna give you 3 artists, and you're gonna tell us in a head-to-head battle who wins.
Head-to-head is like competition.
Yeah.
So you gotta say who's the outright
and
winner and why.
The other 2 will just get thrown in the bin, and we never talk
And
about
if
it.
I don't know them, you're gonna cut this out, yeah?
There'll be artists you know.
Okay.
So, Janis Joplin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alicia Keys.
Janis Joplin.
Hold on, one more.
Oh.
One more. Janis Joplin, is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love Janis Joplin.
I know.
Okay.
Alicia Keys and
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill. Who wins in a head-to-head battle out of those three?
Who's taking the crown?
Can only pick one, and the other two.
No, that's not fair.
Well, life's not fair.
No, it's not fair
But
because
that's
they're
not fair.
completely,
So it's not fair.
They're completely different categories.
Exactly.
Well,
But it will have to be Janis Joplin.
poof, like that. I thought you were going to say Alicia Keys after all that.
No. I'm
Bloody
a Janis
hell.
Joplin fan. If I was very
Look how
convinced.
serious her face is.
Oh my god!
No.
Listen, I said to my mum all the time, I would have been her best friend.
Wow.
When we would have been
I
in
believe
Woodstock
that.
together.
Slightly stalkish
Like, we
vibes, but,
literally-
it's okay. It's a bit of a stalky,
just tried to call you a
stalky thing to say.
Yeah, I'll stalk my mum. Why should I stalk my mum?
No, he's stalking Janis over there. It's a bit stalky. You'd be her best friend.
My mum, we
But...
did things. We sat outside some Bob Dylan concert in
Oh,
Germany,
right.
like outside the fence with
Fair enough,
all
then.
the grown hippies.
There
from
you
back
go.
then, you know,
Yeah, blood.
It will have to.
So her
then-
mum would have had her in the right spot.
Not because
for her to be
I don't
chilling.
think. To be honest, it would have to be.
No. You
No,
picked one.
I
You
feel
picked
like I
one.
have to-
No.
I have to reason.
No, that's not how it works.
No.
We just need to know why Janis. The other two are irrelevant now. Rubbish singers, crap. Rubbish.
No.
Lauren who? Nonsense.
Ignore him. But no.
Rubbish.
What was the thing that pushed Janis ahead of the other two?
It's Janis Joplin.
That woman can sing though. I ain't gonna lie.
No, because this woman. Oh my God! Have you seen the film that was made about her?
No, I
I went
haven't
to the
seen
cinema
it.
by myself and I watched it. The little Miss Blue or something, Little Bird Blue.
Okay, no, I haven't seen it.
This woman has been through so much, and there's one statement she made that I just felt in that movie. Like, I mean, I grew up with her music. I grew up with it, but she was saying because she drew inspiration from Otis Redding.
Okay.
The reason why she started doing all of this,
Yeah.
it's like because she saw Otis Redding sing.
Wow.
She's like,
Didn't know that.
and she was from the small place, and she said, all these great singers, I want to, in my emotion, I want to go where they are.
Yeah.
So I can make music like that.
Oh wow.
It's something along those lines, but she's like, I can't just listen. I need to be them.
Okay.
I need to be there. So this woman, like, obviously she had a drug
Yeah.
addictions
Yeah.
problems,
Such is
right?
life,
But
yeah.
this all came from somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it was also the time. But like the stuff that she's been through
Okay.
and the way she maneuvered that
Yeah.
and the way she tried to find her addiction
Yeah.
and then make this beautiful music.
No, she's.
Like her music is something like I could sit and listen to her all day.
Okay. We'll give it to Janis. We're gonna give you another dilemma. This time we're veering towards a social dilemma, and it's veering towards your motherhood. Take it away, Sammy.
All right then. So picture, if you will. You don't have to picture your current child, yeah? But picture, if you will. You're with your husband, yeah? For some reason, your husband has tattoos, yeah?
What's up?
Relax.
It could be very realistic.
Okay, go on.
And you see he's got this particular name tattooed on him. Let's say the name is...
Janis.
Okay, yeah, let's go with Janis, yeah? Okay. You don't really ask him about it, cool.
Yeah.
Later on, there's talk, it's his grandmother that he loves. She passed away, you never met her, cool. All right. You guys are blessed with a child now. Your husband says, please, I want to name my child. And he says, please, I want to name my child Janis.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay. You don't see a problem with that. That was his grandmother. Cool. All right then. And you're going through life and you're cool. Mother-in-law comes to find out, oh, what's baby's name? You're like, Janis. Mother-in-law's like, oh, okay. Come to find out, Janis is not his grandmother.
Oh.
Janis is his ex-girl that he never got over. And now he has come to name your child that name. What are you doing?
Oh, we're changing that name.
What? They've already been called it. You've done the birth certificate and everything.
Yeah, because you find out.
You have 12 months to change it.
Wow.
And if not, you can pay to change it.
He's going to pay. He will pay 100%.
Ouch. Okay. All right.
Yeah, because Janis would never be a choice.
Exactly.
Okay, so if I'm going to choose a name because of sentimental reasons,
Yeah.
it's a name I would never choose.
Oh, okay. All right.
Look at her
Look at her face.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, are you mad? Why are you bringing me this kind of dilemma?
My son, his first name is like his dad. I said, okay.
Yeah.
I'll never choose that name.
Yeah.
And I will also not call my son by your name.
Yeah.
He's going to have a second name.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Because, fine, but he's going to have a second name. Because there's no way I'm going to...
You're changing it. You're changing it.
Janis.
Even if the kid's 5 years old and you've been calling the kid Janis for the 5 years of their life, you'd still change it, yeah?
No, at this point, there's going to be more questions. Like, what else? What else don't I know?
Find out.
What else don't I know? Like, what else was the issue? Like, that time you went there and...
Okay, no, that'd be wild. Right.
This is a trust issue.
Yeah, that's peak.
That's true. It's a bit deep. Yeah, then I don't know. We're going to have some counselling going on.
It's not my dilemma, it's hers. Give me that
I'm just saying. Don't That's very oddly specific, Asabi.
to bring the zen back into the room.
You know?
You need to watch her, don't you? Let's bring the zen back into the room.
I have a talent to pick the right dilemma for the right person.
So let's calm it all down with a lovely final song. What's your second song going to be about? He has no name either.
No.
She's still stressed by the dilemma.
Let that one go.
Who the hell is Janis?
So
You're never going to make it.
Here's your second no-name song.
Can I also say that dilemma was the most like niche.
What would you do?
That's crazy. What would you do? I was listening to that, and the more convoluted it got, I was like, what the
You know why? Because he always
you name
But you
your
know what?
baby like
Yeah? You have to give. You have to give
that happened in real life.
You have to give props to the
Those
mother-in-law.
things happen.
The mother-in-law is a real one, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Because she could have also just kept that quiet.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Because
Adam,
as soon as it's a mother-in-law, it's like,
Yeah.
oh God,
Maroon 5
please
guy.
don't tell me it's a
Maroon
mother-in-law
5 was his name.
dilemma, because then I don't know what to do.
Right?
Yeah, apparently that's what happened to him. Well, that's what he tried to.
See?
He tried to pull it
So
off.
people actually do those wild things.
people
Yeah.
do worse things as
They
well.
do worse things. But yeah.
Yeah, at that point, it's like, yo, I don't care if they're 17.
Yeah, you gotta change it.
Right?
But-
You live in
Got to go.
But what confused you is that Asabi had to embellish it with her usual way and all the other stuff added to it. She could have made that like a 30-second dilemma, but she made it 2 minutes.
Yeah.
No, it's important because
No, to be fair, the story started here.
Yeah.
And it kind of was like, it was going, then it went up here.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's going on? Came back a bit, came back, whoa!
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, it was the story made it.
Yeah. Like, what's going on?
Thank you. I wanted it to be intense.
and the tattoo will be removed as well.
Oh, bro.
Or there's gonna be a divorce. Like, this is gonna be.
That's why I don't know why you could ever do that. That's crazy.
Mad.
You can maybe name your pet that, but not your actual child.
Right?
Anyway,
I mean, you can also just get over it.
Exactly.
Well, they never
Come
told
on, that's wild.
Then why did they marry you then?
Exactly.
It's fine. Like, it's fine to like. We all carry love for the rest of our life, but like,
Not to name your child. It's out of order.
don't put it on your arm and don't name my child. My child.
Right?
Just to reiterate, that was a fictitious thing, yeah?
Because she's still feeling the venom, like it actually, like I've come to tell her what the truth of her child now, or something like. That's what I was like. So not talking about your child.
Yeah. I'm like, she's still going about it. It was just a dilemma.
Should have done it after this song. 'Cause now I'm like, more than you can take.
Oh man.
You've got some new motivation for a song.
Yeah.
Right?
It's kind of. They saved my Janis, you know. We just saved my Janis with so much love.
I know. That's
To
mad.
be fair, he picked the name.
It was the first thing that came to my head. We just finished talking about it. Sorry, man. Anyway, more than you can take. Yeah?
Well, yeah.
Let's do that. Just close my eyes because she's staring at me.
How am I going to come down from this?
I don't know. Oh, that's a roller coaster.
Okay. Yeah, these are first presentations. You're the first people to hear these songs.
Ooh.
We are blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Blessings upon blessings.
More than you can take, 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 baby, more than you can take, more than you can take. I can give you more, I can give you more, more than you can take, more than you can take, more than you can take, baby, more than you can take, more than you can take. I can give you more. I can give you more than you can take, more than you ask for, more than you're willing to give, more than you can receive, more than you understand, more than you comprehend, more than you can imagine. No, baby, I can give you more of what you want, more of what you need, more than you can speak of, more than you desire, more than you can have, more than you can handle, more than you can grab. Baby, I can give you more, 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 more. I can give you more. It's not too much for me, baby. It's not too much for me, baby. It's not too much for me. No love's too much for me. 'Cause I'm a woman. Yeah, baby, I'm a woman. Yeah, baby, I'm a woman. See, if you ask for more, I can give you more than you can take, more than you can break, baby, more than you can own, more than you can show, baby, more than you can hold, more than you can see, baby, more than you believe, more than you can breathe, baby. I can give you more, 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 more. It's not too much for me. It's not too much for me. No, that's too much for me. No, 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 no. Yeah, it's not ending yet, but yeah.
Oh, that was bombastic. That was like some vocal soul jazz. I don't know what that was.
Listen, that's the concert one. That's the one where she's singing it and then the whole crowd is just screaming.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, and they go,
Yes.
more than you can take.
Hey,
More.
I think just think about that dilemma, you know.
That's what I'm
Got a little bit
saying.
of
It was good.
Roll the shoulders a bit. Just a bit.
Right.
Well, okay. Well, that more than you can take. That was really, really fantastical. To be honest.
It was.
How did you come up with the way that you were just like mixing your chords and the way you were just moving your voice up and down? How did you come up with that? How did that transpire?
I have no idea. I
just went with the flow.
Yeah. I don't even remember when or how.
Amazing. Okay. Whew, I think now I'm going to have to take a breather, to be honest. So where can we... Are you still putting your music out? Where would you
I'm
want people to find you?
very humble, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know humble, but like I'm very, very reserved. Because again, I don't know how consistent I can be, and I don't want to start things that I did tell myself this year is going to be a year of music.
Okay. A
little bit more, at least tapping back, like I'm still here, I'm still there, it's still there, kind of thing. But yeah, I'm on Instagram, but I have bits and bobs here and there.
Okay, so we'll
trying to
we'll
get
put
out
it
of
on
my
your
shell.
Bio. We'll put it all on the bio on the.
Yeah, and I have a couple of songs that I was working on with beats actually. So I messaged the guy. I said, "Listen, it's time to finish those songs."
Okay.
You know, and
So
I
we
think
have something to look forward to.
because the last few years have been intense,
Okay.
and I feel like I'm coming out the other end finally. So,
Good.
yeah,
Blessings in that.
for real, yeah. Give
All right, so there's lots to look forward to. Things are coming, and we should watch this space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually,
Thank you.
You have one last question though.
The message question.
Yes.
No, you ask it this time. I always ask it. Go on.
Okay. When it comes to your music, what message or what would you like people to receive from your music?
That was a big cough, boy.
Yeah. My throat is still a bit rough, but you know, we're here. Well, I don't know. Like, I guess I just want people to experience my music and experience me, because I know some people really do the music as a benefit to others. I'll be very honest with you. No, I want to be heard and I want to be seen, but also I want to be seen and heard in a way that is me.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like this. I can sit and talk to you guys and I can sing you a song. But what I would want people, I guess I hope they would find something to relate to when they listen to my music. They see that it's like, I'm not here to put on a show. I'm just being myself, and I'm like, and this is it. Like, there's not a lot more to it than that. Like, I'm gonna sing a song. I hope you like it. I hope you love my voice. I hope you love my music, and that would be amazing. And hopefully, this feeds us both.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a very nice feeling when people come up to you and say they like your stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's a beautiful feeling. So yeah, if I can touch people with my music, whilst just being myself, I think that's quite powerful.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what you can ask for, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be in a space to just be yourself and to be received well. I think that's nice.
Okay, great. Okay, so on that note, that's a wrap, really.
Yes.
I've been Mike.
I've been Asabi.
We've
And
had-
you have been the beautiful
Rukeia.
Don't forget to like, subscribe.
Yes.
The end.
Thank you.
Yay.
See,